Hello. Welcome to this. Today I thought we would go over a time in my life that I've buried a little bit. Even though it really wasn't that long ago. It was about 2 years ago. A little over 2 years ago. Wait, yeah, wow. Ew. High school, Taylor. The reason I put high school in quotation marks is because I didn't go to a real high school because of my medical issues and whatnot. From about 8th to 12th grade, I went to a school for kids with chronic illnesses. This school only held about 27 to 30 kids, and they were kids of all ages. This school was literally a hallway inside of a hospital. I made a video around a month or so ago where I talked about the brief period of time that I lived in Utah, and that was during the end of my 8th grade year and the beginning of my 9th grade year. So basically, I went to this hospital school for the beginning of 8th grade, then left and went to Utah, and then I came back to the hospital school, I think, in the middle of 9th grade? That sounds right. When I started out at the school, I was very much still in the teacher's pet phase of my life, where I pretty much just obeyed whatever the teacher said. Why does it look like I was saying that as if it was a bad thing? And I always pretty much did obey what the teachers said, but as the years went on and I got older and more cocky, I just started giving less and less of a shit about everyone and everything. There were a lot of things about the school that I straight up didn't like, but there were a lot of other things that I really did like the really close bond that I formed with pretty much every staff member, with the exception of maybe one or two. But hey, and each class had maybe a maximum of 5 or 6 students in it. I'm mostly going to talk about my junior and senior year because they're the ones where I really I think it's safe to say that most of us in high school think we know literally everything, but I really thought that I knew
literally everything.
I thought by the time I was 17 that I had everything laid out for my future. I thought all my relationships were perfect. I had a very specific college in mind that I wanted to go to. I ended up getting accepted and was gonna go. So then I developed this attitude of, I'm basically just riding this next year out, and then call y'all, you know? Well, little did I know that within the next following months, everyone and everything that I thought I knew would be flipped upside down, shaken violently, and thrown into oblivion. Little did I know that I would end up living on the complete other side of the country and not in school, but making videos on the internet. Which, that part I'm not mad about at all. I'm in my ideal situation at the moment. I'm just saying, it ain't what I thought was gonna happen at all. Anyway, now that we've gotten all of that out of the way, and you're up to speed on the mindset that I was in during that time of my life, let's get into some more details of why I hate high school Taylor with a burning passion. First of all, probably one of the most obvious and standouting signs that I was spiraling downward and losing my mind is that I dyed my hair blonde. Why? I mean, yes, as a child, I did have this thing where I wished that I had blonde hair, and I always wanted to know what I would look like with blonde hair, hence my obsession with Hannah Montana, probably. So I guess I had to live out that dream someday, but one thing that I remember doing constantly in my junior and senior year, especially my senior year, I constantly asked to go to the bathroom just so that I could go on my phone. We had a rule where we had to keep our phones in our lockers, but surprise, I didn't do that. Well, I mean, I would, but then, on my way to the bathroom, I would real quick, be slick. And I would sit in there for, probably a while, just, texting, or going on Twitter, or Instagram, or Vine. As if, my teachers didn't notice that I was gone for an abnormal amount of time. Plenty of them would make comments to me, but never actually really do anything about it. 'Cause, they liked me. I'd become very close with most of my teachers to a point where they just they cared and would get kind of irritated with me, but like they all really liked me. But I was pushing it towards the end there. I really was. Like, it really was. I really was. Because in my senior year is when I started driving to school. Towards the end of senior year, I'd finished most of my credits. So I made an agreement with my school that since I could now drive myself and I'd finished most of my credits, I could come to school like later than everyone else, like at least a couple hours later than everyone else. And boy, did I take advantage of that. On my way to school, I would stop at Starbucks. And not only would I stop at Starbucks, I would still be late. Like, even though I was allowed to show up late, I showed up even later than I had agreed to show up at, with Starbucks in my hand. And they would make comments about that. So like, you had time to stop at Starbucks though? And I'd be like, I stopped at Starbucks before I got into traffic. Like, I stopped at Starbucks and then traffic hit, okay? Like, how was I supposed to know there was gonna be traffic if I was at Starbucks? Like, leave earlier, queen. Oh my god. This is kind of a random little story, but I wanted to throw it in here because it makes me cringe and laugh at the same time, as do most of my stories that I tell. During my senior year, there was this one girl in my class that I just did not like, and I just did not get along with her at all. It's rare that I meet someone that I straight up just like, nope, but she was one of these people. We all know how non-confrontational I am, so like most of the time to her face I would be fairly civil, but because I didn't like her, most things that she would say I would just immediately shoot down. Like this one day, we were in class being me, the girl, and my one friend, because that's all that was there in our class that day. And we were in one of my favorite teachers' classes. I had a few favorite teachers throughout my time at this school, but Miss Brittany was like always my favorite. And that's her actual name. I hope that's okay. Because not saying anything bad about her. She was great. I don't know how it came up, but we were talking about names for some reason. And the girl that I didn't like said that I looked like a Britney. I just like immediately, without thinking, just went,
ew, what? No.
Completely forgot that my teacher, who I love, is named Brittany. I genuinely don't know why I reacted that way. I think I just didn't like the girl, so that's why I reacted that way. Then Miss Brittany looked up and was like, rude. And then I immediately felt so bad, because like she low-key sounded genuinely hurt, and like I still feel bad about it. She probably does not remember that happening at all, but I just was a bitch, man, in my high school, end of high school years. I don't know. In all seriousness though, I was really lucky to even have that school as an option. You know, public school was almost impossible for me because it just so much walking and a lot of people. I don't know, it's hard to explain concisely, but public school just wasn't really an option for me when it came to high school and stuff like that. The entire staff at the school was amazing, and I had really great family-like relationships with these people still to this day. If anyone from that school, staff, students, whatever, or what happened to be watching this, I just want to say thank you for being there for me, getting me to graduate, because I don't know how I would have graduated if I didn't go to the school. Oh, but most importantly, thanks for putting up with me. Because wow, I really, really would have loved to show you my yearbooks from these years, but I don't have them. They're at my mom's house somewhere packed away. So I'm thinking that maybe next time I'm in Delaware, I'll dig them out and make a video with them. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed cringing with me yet again. It's pretty much all we do in my videos now. Don't forget to book me on Cameo so that I can make you a personalized video shout out. Follow all my social media accounts that are linked in the description, as well as at the end of the video. Buy my baby face on a shirt, and make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss anytime I upload a video. Thank you guys again so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Love you, bye! you.